Hey folks, thanks for joining us today on Stay Ahead TV. I'm your host, Austin Wright, chatting right now with the wonderful and talented Miss Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada's not only a wife, a mother, but she's adding, and an actress as well, she's adding to that list of jobs, advocate now. And I want to talk to you about that and kind of jump into that. So tell me about your involvement in this human trafficking movement that's going on right now.
Well, it is actually a subject matter that my daughter Willow brought to my attention. I would say maybe in March she brought this to my attention. From there, she just said, "Mom, we've got to do something about this." She said, "You know, there are girls my age that are being sold for sex here in the United States." And at first I was like, "Willow, come on now, that's just ridiculous." And so I went online and she showed me all her research, and I was blown away. And from that day forth, she and I have just been on a complete,
So it
hard.
Yeah, it impacted her that much that she actually started delving in and researching on her own?
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Why do you think human trafficking is much more visible in sort of the mainstream media nowadays as opposed to before?
I think it's more visible in the media nowadays because people are becoming more aware that it's not an issue that is happening abroad only, but that is an issue that is happening here in the United States and strongly affecting our youth. So the fact that there are individuals that could be on our soil and be enslaved is just not
unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
The statistics and the numbers on this just blow your mind. For example, 200,000 minors fall victim to this in the United States every single year. And with you not only being an advocate but a mother, what advice can you give to parents to safeguard their children in these types of situations?
You know, I would say, I know that this is not a pretty subject matter, and I know that this is not an easy subject matter, but I believe that in these times we equip our kids with the tools that they need to protect themselves by simply being in conversation about the issues. I think it's imperative that as parents we sit down with our kids and we have conversations about sex. We have conversations about how to protect our children when they're out and about in the world without us.
Well, for somebody who doesn't have the same platform that you do as a celebrity, somebody who is visible in the world, how can I get involved?
You know, I had a young woman who was creating posters in her school about human trafficking and engaged a whole 500 students in her school to raise money for trafficking. But I would say most of all, if you educate yourself and then tell a friend, and then have that friend tell a friend, and then have that friend tell a friend, and it spreads. Something just as simple as that.
Well, what do you think about Sabre, though, as a whole, taking the stance that it's doing right now to step up and help fight against this?
I have to say that I think that Sabre is doing an extraordinary thing, and because a lot of times you will have survivors that come off of the street and get help, but can't find any means of taking care of themselves. So ultimately end up back in the industry in which they don't want to be involved in.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things, too, that I've observed is the rescue portion is there. The special teams to get people out exist, but what we need is what you're talking about is the back end. We need to have the rehabilitation, the reintegration for these people to actually stand back up again as human beings that have been given their dignity back and their pride
and we
self-worth.
Actually need a lot more efforts put towards the rescuing aspect as well. I mean, even today, hearing that there are only 1,000 beds in the United States for victims of trafficking.
It's not enough.
That's not enough.
It's not enough.
And so we still have a lot of work to do in every single area in regards to human trafficking.
Excellent. Well, Jada, thank you so much for chatting with us here today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Very much. All right, folks, so that was it. Jada Pinkett Smith, amazing and awesome to chat with, and really exciting to have her a part of the movement to help fight human trafficking. So we have more coming up on Stay Ahead, and we'll see you then. Thanks.